Good morning there guys, and welcome to the virtual walk round of the incredible looking Audi SQ2 Quattro, finished in metallic Nano Grey, not to be confused with its very similar looking cousin Nano Grey. This is one that really is going to surprise you. Being an S, it obviously packs a punch, so you're looking at 297 brake horsepower. Now this is a crossover really between a hatchback and an SUV, and Audi have put their name to it and give it their signature sumptuous style. So let me tell you exactly what that would entail. So you've got your LED headlights here with your LED daytime runners. You've also got your gorgeous honeycomb grille down the bottom here with a nice titanium silver accessories, and you've got your front parking sensors. On here you've got your magnetic grey titanium diffuser with your silver contrast styling, and of course you've got the SQ2 badge, and down here you've got the same meshing and honeycomb design. And on this side, coming down to the wheels, they are of course 18-inch and finished in silver with a black S logo peeping through on the caliper. Now the Nano Grey, like I say, it's very similar to Nardo, but it's just a shade darker, and it has got a metallic fleck in the right lights. It's a real nice signature colour, a statement colour, and one that will ensure that the SQ2 has everything needed to turn heads. On here you've got your aluminium door housing with your inbuilt indicator, and of course you've got the S styling, which is the extended side skirt and flared arches as such. Body coloured door handles just here. You got black window rubbers, not de-chromed, gloss black door pillar, and your rear windows aren't tinted. But what you do have is a black shark fin antenna just on the top there. And here you have a solid satin C-pillar finished in the magnetic silver. All in all, it's a really nice looking car, something I never thought I would personally like, but it's one that I can't seem to take my eyes off. Now moving down, you can see there's no dinks, no dents, no scratches, no paintwork. I mean, it's pretty much a brand new car. No signs of distortion, exactly as you would expect. LED rear tail lights with a sweeping dynamic indicator, and at the back is where it really starts to look special. Nice sharp angular styling, built-in lip spoiler with a high level brake light, SQ2 badging, and quad exhaust system just sitting below the titanium magnetic grey rear diffuser. You've got rear parking sensors on there, and it's just an all-round nice looking car. Like I say, it's not one I'd ever seen until we had it here, but boy, oh boy, am I glad we've got one now. So the boot, you can open it from on the key, and that is remote release, which will open all the way up for you, which is a convenient feature if you're shopping or have kids. And if they're like mine, you'll probably want to chuck them in this boot, which is quite generously sized, more than capable of handling your everyday luggage requirements. And if you lift this up, you'll see there is no spare wheel, but that is a bit more storage, and you've got your tyre repair kit just there. Simply to close the boot, click the button, and there you go. As Mr. Bean says, magic. Now, as you can see down this side, again, no dinks, no dents, no previous paintwork, no signs of crash damage, because we don't roll like that here at Emerald. We are award winners for a reason, and that reason is our outstanding attention to detail. So that is the exterior pretty much covered on this Audi SQ2. But what I haven't yet shown you, and what I'm about to show you, is all the treats, luxuries and refinement that this can offer its new owner on the interior. Trust me, you ain't going to want to miss this. So internally, first what I'm going to do is just let the quality speak for itself, and then I'll tell you about everything that you've just seen. Audi have really paid a massive amount of attention, really listened to their cult-like followers about how drab some of the interiors used to be. Not only now are they as luxurious and refined as what you'd expect, but they're packed full of tech, and they've made some really nice changes which almost soundproof the cabin, which I know we're all sick of isolation, but trust me, you could do it for another 10 or 15 years in this. So we'll start down here. First off, you've got your S branded door inlay just here. You've got your sport aluminium pedals. You've got your automatic headlights, your fog light settings and your instrument cluster lighting. You've got your brushed aluminium inlay with your pearl and satin black air conditioning covers just here. You've got your automatic wipers, and then of course you've got the big daddy of the interior, the flat bottom, half perforated Napa steering wheel, something that all performance Audis should possess, but one that is actually an optional extra. That is of course multifunction, so you've got your menu controls for your digital cockpit, of which we'll show you in just a minute. You've also got your navigation, your drive select modes, and you've got your voice control and Bluetooth and volume control as well. Moving down, you've got the leather padded panel just on there with the contrast white stitching alongside this gorgeous brushed aluminium trim. And the second showpiece is of course the S-tronic gearbox, which gives you park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then if you press that down again you'll put it into sport mode, which gives you a higher rev ratio, higher throttle response, and an all-round sportier driving feel. Media control system here, navigation, telephone, radio and media, which is Bluetooth, DAB, everything that you would expect. Auto hold, and you've got auto start stop and your parking brake as well. And on here you've got the Napa leather finished armrest, which again, like many others, houses the wireless charger, and you've got an auxiliary and USB port too. Now this can be set at many different levels just for the ease and convenience of the driver. Now one of my favourite features of this is in fact the seating. Now I've forever been banging on that cars of a certain price tag and reputation should always have leather, always have sat-nav and all the options. But Audi have proven me wrong, because this half suede or alcantara and leather seating is absolutely incredible. It looks the business, and most importantly it feels the business. A lot of cloth or alcantaras can get really worn over time because it's not as sturdy as leather, but this is sturdy, strong, and it just shows no signs of wear. And it's a really nice design as well. I'm just going to get in on there, and it just gives it a real almost 3D like pattern, but it just honestly in person it looks amazing. And that's continued onto the rear seating, which are almost set as single seats rather than one bench seat. And as you can see, Isofix, no wear on the bolster as you would imagine, just really nice clean seating. So should we get in? Here we are inside the cabin. On the door card you have electric heated mirrors and electrically adjustable, electric windows and child lock. You also have your chrome door handle, brushed aluminium on there, and your ability to deadlock. You've got cruise control just down here with your speed limiter, and again you've got your lighting for your high beam, and there are your automatic wipers. Now on here, we'll start this up, you have got the really famous and highly popular digital dash system. Now everybody since these were first laid out have really gone crazy for them. Most manufacturers are now offering a virtual cockpit, even the likes of Peugeot on their 3008 models. So Audi, once again, you've changed the game up and everybody is following suit. But when you're greeted by that as a dash, I mean, you just can't argue with it, can you? I'm used to the old school cars of the past with analog white clocks, but that, it's just convenient. It means you haven't got to take your eyes off the road totally. It means you can still see where you're going. And aesthetically, it's just something that looks visually Really, really nice and easy on the eye. But you can change the view. If you didn't want it full screen, you can separate it by clicking the button here that says view, and that will change it onto many different options. You can of course scroll, or you can change it onto your date and time, short-term memory, long-term memory, energy consumers, or you can put it onto your DAB, you can put it onto your phone, but me personally, I would always have it as the map view. For me, that's just visually very sexy. So you do also have the map on your media system here, but that of which is controlled here, but click on the menu button, will change it in there, but it won't take you out of your virtual cockpit. So Audis are quite renowned for having menus in menus. So if we go into car here, this is obviously your drive select. So you'll be able to see when you put it in dynamic, you get a little bit better noise. That's the sound couture that's pumped through the speakers, but it gives you a more driver enhanced feel. It gives you uprated throttle response, higher rev ratio, and just gives it an all-round sportier feel. But if you click on individual, you're able to manually adjust and configure the drive to suit you. So if you wanted, you could have a real sports gearbox, you could have your steering nice and comfortable, and your engine sound, you can have it in dynamic, or you can have it in comfort. Now, as you can probably tell, can you hear that? If I do comfort and dynamic, and again, you can hear the difference, especially in the cabin. Now, as I said, this is Audi's Quattro four-wheel drive system, and as with any car that has that option, there's a nice little plaque to remind you of that laid out just in front of the passenger. Now, on here you've got Drive Select, which is also the button that we've just clicked on there, but you can do it off that, or you can do it through the menu. If you click on vehicle settings, you can change many different things, such as the date and time, the steering wheel button. So that is this little button located here, and you can change that to configure it to what you want to do. Voice guidance, map colour, traffic messages, switch between radio media. For me, I would do it as drive select mode, so when you are using the paddle shift options just here, you can change it into sports mode effortlessly without taking your hands off the wheel. Driver assist, you can see all the options on here: speed warning, parking aid, pre-sense, rest recommendation, rain sensor, and they are your options. Air conditioning, important one, servicing and checks. So you've got your TPMS monitor just here, service intervals on this one, and you can see you're not due an oil change for almost a year, which means no maintenance, guys, for the foreseeable future. And you've of course got your handbook on there, but we're not going to update it because this is only a short video. So if we go out of that, we can go into sound, and you can see you can change all the different options to how the sound is pumped into the cabin. Radio, you've of course got DAB, FM and AM, but let's face it, if you've got DAB, the other ones are quite not needed. Media, you have many different sources, so you could do Bluetooth, you could stream it from your phone, you've also got your CDs, you've got all different types of options on there. SD card, DVD, USB, auxiliary, I mean it goes on and on. You've got Wi-Fi. I mean, this is more like having a little laptop with an engine rather than a car. And on there, of course, you've got your Bluetooth telephone, which is simple and easy to use. Navigation, map, Audi Connect, Audi smartphone interface, and you've got other settings on here of which you can change the way things are displayed and little bits just like that, also known as Audi Multimedia. Now on here you've got auto start stop off, hazard lights, traction control, and that will take the display down as well. Air conditioning, which is dual zone, but it's quite obvious how that works. USB port 1 and a 12 volt socket charger there. Bit of storage and 2 cup holders. We have touched upon the S-tronic gearbox, and we've also got the volume control just here. But with the S-tronic gearbox, what I will show you now, so you'll be able to see that on here you have your standard dashboard. Now when that's put into drive, you can see it comes up as D1. Hold that lever down and press it down again, and you can instantly see that the revs have picked up, and that's in sports mode, which gives you a longer ratio between gears and just gives you better pickup all round. But you can also hear the car is engaged, ready, and it wants to go. So on here you have of course got your iDrive, which we've touched upon, and in there, just so you can see it again, is the storage. So guys, that really is everything that I can show you regarding the Audi SQ2, and I'm sure you'll agree, as a standalone car, as a crossover, that is most certainly one of the better ones available today. Now if you're still not convinced, or you need that little tipping point of reassurance just to get you over the line, just remember that every car at Emerald, before it's brought onto the pitch, before I have the pleasure of videoing them, is treated to the 128 point Emerald check prior to retailing. This is carried out by our gang of experienced technicians, or grease monkeys as we know them, in our RAC approved on-site facility. Covers cosmetic and mechanical, and if it has an MOT less than 6 months, there will be a new ticket put on there, and we service every car as soon as it lands. So if you do have any questions, do let us know about the video, the car, or even the man behind the camera. Not that guy, the man behind the camera. But do please give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to assist with any questions.